Louisiana beer reviews. Chandeleur Brewing's Lil Smack IPA. Lil Smack India Pale Ale was introduced in 2015. It's produced by Chandeleur Brewing of Mississippi, and it's named after the Chandeleur Islands, which is in Louisiana. Those islands are in Louisiana, but they're south of Mississippi. And these guys from Gulfport, their biggest interest is to go down there around the Chandeleur Islands and fish, okay? And you can see all their beers are fishing themed. Okay, that's the whole thing, all right? Drink more beer, catch more fish. Good friends, better beer. 6.5% alcohol, 69 international bitterness units. I bought this at the 504 beer store on US Highway 61, Tulane Avenue, but US 61 in New Orleans. That store has been open about a year and it's really fantastic. Giving Stein's a good competition and a bunch of other people. Well, there's so many beer stores around here, you can't keep up. I was talking about this with somebody the other day. You just cannot keep up. This is a stick-on label. These small companies, they have these kind of things. It's not quite, it looked like it was hand stuck. It's not quite lined up. They say it's late hopped, mostly late hopped. They use crystal malt and Australian and American hops of some sort. It gets no score on Beer Advocate because there's only 7 reviews, and they have to have 10 to give an average. The 7 reviews, though, average to 74 out of 100. On Beer Advocate, they're saying 70 out of 100 overall, but in the style, only 46 out of 100. So they're saying it's okay, you know, but in the style, it's bad. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, Lil Smack, they said, is a channel by the Gulf of Mexico. A channel. Lil Smack Channel. And all their beers are named after islands. One of their beers is Freemason, because they like to go fishing at Freemason Island. So I'm into the beer, right? I do the beer reviews and sometimes sherry and brandy, and wear the sports apparel, and that's a big deal for me. And then I go to the games. I'm saying, oh, my Tulane's football season tickets will be coming in soon and all that. But I know other people, like these guys here with this beer company, they could care less about that. The Saints could be playing. They don't care if they win 16 games or win no games. Or LSU or what. They don't care. Their interest is fishing. I know guys I work with that are 17 to 25. Oh, good, the air's off. 17 to 25 years old. No interest in sports. Their interest is fishing. That's all they're talking about. We're going fishing. By the Wrigley's, that's an outlet from Lake Pontchartrain to the Gulf. And actually, Lake Pontchartrain is not a true lake. It's a brackish, what you call an estuary, an inland bay. It's really part of the Gulf of Mexico. So I'm really about 5 miles from the Gulf Coast. That's how the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers looks at it. And there's a beach there. I've been swimming at that beach. There are people that go fishing there, crabbing, shrimping. Lake Pontchartrain's full of shrimp, crabs, fish of all sorts. There's a beach right there about 2 miles away at the Mississippi River. Yeah, beach at the riverside. It's just natural sand, and people go swimming there, camping. It's not official, it's just they do it. But we have a national wildlife refuge close, less than 10 minutes away, Bonnie Carre. It's a wildlife refuge, hiking trails, fishing. We have state and federal U.S. government wildlife refuges around here that allow fishing and hunting even. There's Jean Lafitte National Park, which has hiking trails, and so for a lot of people around here, that's the big thing: hunting and fishing. Forget I mean, they drink beer, you know, while they're hunting and fishing and crabbing or crawfishing. They drinking beer. They're not thinking beer, right? They say, I got Coors Light, and they drinking it, yeah. whatever, but they're not hobbyists. They're drinkers. They drink much more than I do. Okay. Thin, off-white head. The sun is obscured by clouds. Obscured by clouds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doo-doo. Okay, boy, that is a tan beer. It's tan. It's not orange. It's not golden. It's tan. It looks like almost like a Newcastle brown ale. No joke. I see some little lazy bubble streams. No kind of sound really. Maybe a little crackle. It's kind of dankish smelling. Pretty strong malts. Pretty strong fruit. Like, I think they were talking about that on the website. It's something like apricot or mango. Yeah, mango. I'm gonna go get some mangoes. Never get off the boat. It's altered from what you would expect from a normal IPA, and I think that's why it may be getting poor scores, and there's only 15 reviews on Rate Beer in the IPA world, because it's sort of non-American traditional. It might be more British quasi style, like sort of like you get with the shipyards with their little weird. I like Shipyard, okay, but a lot of people, they just hate it because it's so different and it bothers them. I can understand that, but I don't think everything has to be like everything else. Anyway, there's the malt, okay, that's that crystal malt, and then running around behind it as you're drinking it, here's the malt. Around behind it is the hops coming in, that noticeable, and it lives up to 69 IBU. Stone is 70, by the way. Stone IPA. So they're sort of working, not necessarily in concert, but together. So it's like, imagine this in your mind. The malt's coming at you, and then the hops are coming around. And I think a beer like this would build, like the bitterness would build. At first you say, it's not too bitter, but then as you drink on it, you say, that's pretty bitter. And I think this is going to be like that. So it's bready, brown bread, but not like grapefruit or store brand pineapple or any of those type of things. Maybe some mango, and just more like a bitter bitterness. And you probably know what I'm talking about if you've drank enough of these bitter ales. Not pale though, is it? It's not a pale ale, it's an amber ale. In India, amber ale. IAA. The mouthfeel is high medium. It's almost into heavy. There's a little slickness to it. The finish is it's not quite, but it's heading toward puckering dry. So $1.74 plus tax. Kind of an odd price on $1.74 plus tax for this single. But for a single, you know, that's fine. I didn't want to pay $10.99, $11.50, whatever they were charging for the 6-packs around here. You know, craft beer is so expensive these days. So I like to get the singles. You say, but that's cheating. You're just jumping from brand to brand and tasting it and moving on. You're right. But that's the way I do it. Sort of like cheating, but it's easier. Alright, so that's about it. So laissez les bon temps rouler. I will score this. One video I forgot to do a score when I was doing one of them. I'll put it down below. Most excellent. I will give this it's hard to say. It's so different. One more sip. I think I'm gonna go with it. A minus. A minus, but I wouldn't feel comfortable going lower than that. A minus is a little weird, but it's very interesting. So laissez les bon temps rouler, an excellent to an extent beer from up and coming, well, I don't know how up they are, but they're trying to make it, Mississippi Brewing Company. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all come on down to New Orleans!